Well, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Cosmonarchy cast. Pronago bringing you some more action, and I, more than that, have to tell you guys that this is a 2 versus 2. We've got a couple of players here that we don't get to see in really any context other than silly games. And then we got a couple of players down here that we know and love from the competitive side that are also participating in team games. And by the way, I'm pretty sure ThunderSlaps in particular has been bitten by the team game bug. He mostly pings for that now. Which is very exciting because we need more team gamers in Cosmonarchy. If you're someone who likes team games, 2v2s, BGH, whatever, in StarCraft 1, check out Cosmonarchy. It's got way more ally mechanics, it's got way more interactions like that, and of course it's got 50 units per race, a 4th race, a 5th race coming later this year. Crazy stuff. So, for sure, Cosmonarchy.com. Good idea to validate that website with yourself in your own eyes. Visit it and enjoy it. And download it. And maybe send us some money, too. We got Slav in the top right. He is the dark green Zerg, allied with Fenris, who is the Snow Terran. In the bottom left, we have Jackalansky. I'm going to say... Oh, I really don't know this color, actually. The beige Zerg. Oh, it was Beaver. I was close. And in the bottom right, I guess beige is a little brighter. We got ThunderSlaps here, the Neon Carrot Zerg. I can't type and play, LOL. Yeah, hell yeah, ThunderSlaps. Be a man of few words, but a man of a lot of Zeths. As we do indeed have those Zets moving across. This is a match that was played back on the 11th, I believe, 11th of August, so we don't have that fancy new Zethracore model, but have no fear, we will be casting plenty of games with that model. I believe the main balance adjustments after the Acropolis 4 that, of course, concluded some time ago, that were present in this particular match, were actually... it was mostly stuff like, oh yeah, we've got to watch out for the new Atreus or whatever, but that's a Protoss unit. You're not going to see that in here. Now, we are going to see Fenris being in a little bit of trouble, getting Zeth rushed, but at the same time, ThunderSlaps is under a lot of duress. Can Jackalansky assist? I guess he has no units over here, and Slav going for the jugular, killing multiple Larvosks, no cancellation there from ThunderSlaps. I guess you can say that counter damage was done with Jackalansky's Zeths, and of course the fact that Thunder himself is still even in workers with Slav just about, only one down. But he is in a lot of trouble right now. He can still make Zeths, 4 of them still lurking around. Man, this is kind of brutal. It's really interesting as a game theory dynamic where you gotta wonder what these players could have done given the opportunity to stabilize a bit more. If Jackalansky had not sent his attack across to try to attack Fenris, the bottom team might have actually been in a better spot. It's interesting. That early Zeth trade where Slav had way more because of his build order ended up being more significant than I thought. He also seems to be taking a page out of my book, where he's barely mining any gas, and he's just going for Hatcherosks, which I love. I think that's a brilliant idea. And as the Mavericks are coming out with the triple stockade from Fenris, there's going to be no concerns at all for the Terran. And see, Slav is already about to react with some Zeths, and I'm sure ThunderSlaps wish that happened for him down there in the bottom, but there were no units to react with, man. It's not Jack's fault. Well, I mean, it is. He sent the units across, but it's not Jack's fault. You got the Cyprians coming out here. ThunderSlaps still heckling over here, just trying to get what he can done. It's interesting, right? Because he's got Zeths, and he's been fighting Zeths, and ThunderSlaps played a lot of enough ZVZ that I surely he can just make quads, right? Like, he knows that he can just do that. He went for a Circuith to defend, but I feel like that's maybe a bit of a concern for other reasons. Burrowing on the Kager is a good idea. Doesn't give you any benefit, but you just know, like, you have vision of everything around you. Okay, Hydrath then on the way for Jackalansky. Some Zeths at the ramp here, spotting for when Slav's army is going to come up. Yeah, even though there's 10 Zeths here, there's way more for Slav, right? He's got 10 Zeths, and he's got, what? Looks like, yeah, 10 quads. So this is a scary attack. Jack needs to help. He needs to help yesterday. All right, Circuith is going to do its best. Drolet's trying to get activated. We got some quads coming for Jack. Together, they should be able to fight somehow. Particularly if Slav ends up throwing away some of his Zeths, trying to deal with Jack's quads. But the Mavericks are moving across the map on the top left. We see them. We certainly see them. It's now a quads war. And it does look like ThunderSlaps is starting to get the signal. Yeah, oh yeah, quads. Those are good units. Oh man, there's so many more coming down for Slav, though. 18. ThunderSlaps can't handle it all by himself. You have the Larvos coming up here as well for Jack. Yeah, I think maybe what we're seeing about this map is that it's actually really hard to defend the choke point into your base. It's really far away. I don't know. A dozen infantry units is one thing. The pool is going to get killed by 20 quads. Yeah, that's a crazy amount. Now, thankfully, Jackalansky is going to get on top over Fenris here. So he can always send in reinforcements now, but he needs to be quick about it. That pool is going to go down. Another circuit arriving. The workers being pulled. Desperation for ThunderSlaps. As the quads start to march across to try to help. Even some Burrow Micro coming out here from Slav. Dude, this guy is brutal. He's just going for the jugular, but he is spreading damage a lot. The Quasith Pool has 3 armor, so it takes a lot to bring it down with Quas. It looks like it's going to be okay at the end for Slav. And indeed, Fenris has been driven back to his main base, hunted down by what Jackalansky has. So, okay, it's gotten pretty bad here for ThunderSlaps, right? But Jackalansky has kept him alive. He's going to need to rebuild his worker count. He's only got 4 workers after that, man. Talk about a tough time. Slav only on 8, though. It's just, problem is he's got a 4th hatch coming, way more larva production. He can get back into the game economically much faster. If that's even his purpose, right? Anseal out here. Fenris sitting pretty, looking for maybe an expansion with that Mason. And yeah, 5 stockade. Man's got some production. Not making a ministry though, a treasury instead. He had a lot of money, so I feel like he could have put down a ministry instead. Especially with all these resource nodes, right? Like 8 mineral fields. You're gonna want that mining. All right, ThunderSlaps and Jackalansky trying to go for a surround onto the bio. Iziracors come out to get their spread damage. Yeah, Fenris could be in some trouble, but you can see what Slav is doing. He's basically using this as a cover, saying, all right, I trust for you that you will hold to some degree, and I'm just going to go for the jugular and wipe ThunderSlaps off the map. This many quads can absolutely kill the circuits. Got 25 of the things, as Fenris is now in a lot of trouble. If Jackalansky can trade, if ThunderSlaps gets owned, and Jackalansky can just kill Fenris, it can turn into a 1v1, and Jack has a superior economy, make no mistake. But he doesn't have any defenses over here. He's immediately going to queue up a bunch of quads. I feel like Iziracors would have been better. Now he's going to need to focus his efforts because the Anseals are protecting a lot of this bio, and we do have some Cyprians out. Oh, as Jackalansky, I feel like he's so close to breaking Fenris, but it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. He will still stay alive in the game with workers, even. But meanwhile, we do have the end of ThunderSlaps. He's evacuating with his workers. So this is where Cosmonarchy has really cool team game stuff, right? ThunderSlaps has no base, but he can send his workers to mine and return resources to Jackalansky's hatch, and he gets the money. ThunderSlaps gets the money. So that will be a way for ThunderSlaps to get back into the eco and potentially build back into something. I mean, I say potentially. It's really slim. Jack plays a defensive game, though. He's definitely the most accomplished player in this lobby. He has the ability, the potential, to carry while ThunderSlaps does his best to just get back into the game. But right now he's... Oh, maybe he doesn't know. I'm a little bit sad about that. I think he doesn't know about that ally mechanic. He's using his workers to scout, saying like, well, this is the only way I can be useful right now. I don't even have enough money to make a K-Grit and turn it into something good, so... Fair enough, but it does feel like the... It feels like a missed opportunity, because you could maybe do something with those 5 workers, right? I'm just checking around to see what else he's got. Or I guess he had 4 workers. I don't know where his 4th one went. Oh, yeah, he did have 5. Yeah. So he's using them as, like, watching for where the enemy is. Slav immediately snaps the neck of 1. Probably a little confused by that one. Because I think these guys know about the ally mechanic. You know, the top team does. I mean, we haven't seen it in practice yet, but I'm pretty sure they're familiar. ThunderSlaps, though, is not. He might only be finding it out now all these days later after this game got played because it got cast finally. That's pretty entertaining. Well, Jack is in a tough spot, right? 9 minutes in. He's got himself a main and a natural. His worker count is tied for highest in the lobby with Fenris, but Slav has actually started making workers. Going for 11 now. Pretty big army, though. And it does feature the Iziracors, a couple of Vorvs as well. We could see Jackalansky go for a really nice finish here to take Slav out, because that was a round of workers that just finished, as mentioned. So you got to watch out for that if you're in Slav's shoes. He is not going to be able to deal with this army. Fenris on the way over. Anseals to protect those quads for now. Well, I guess not really, because they're a part of the same control group, and he's not positioning them quite as well as he would like. But Jack's going to try to muscle through. A couple of Hydras loose on those hatches, not really where they want to be focused. And he doesn't have a good surround surface area onto the bio. That can be a huge problem. No armor rends, so those Iziracors are at least going to withstand the blows initially, but the Mavericks are stemmed, and that's a lot of damage dealt. Meanwhile, even though Slav's army is gone, his economy is basically untouched after all of that, and he has the most workers in the lobby. Jack throwing units, good units after bad. Feeding in, and he didn't even like right-click the main hatch or something to reduce how good the mining would be, right? That would have been maybe something. He's now going to try to filter in a few units to attack Fenris, but it's not an organized attack. And instead you got this lodestone, you know, shellacking away with Cyprians inside. Little bunker-like add-on you can build for your town centers. And yeah, he's going to get some good damage here at the end, but this is easily going to be held. The whole units off to this side are dead. His Shroud is done. Slav going to go for the back base expansion. And the IZs are going to be, you know, certainly heavily neutered by the presence of the Ant Seals. He's going to go for the Lodestone now. He's got a lot of health. Oh, he's just getting splattered. The splash damage from the Cyprians. Oh, that's not what we wanted to see. Well, unless you're a Terran enjoyer, in which case it's absolutely what you wanted to see. And ThunderSlaps just kind of like, well, what can I find out? Maybe I can block this base. A little too late to do that, but he could be a bit of a nuisance, right? Because he's like, yeah, hey, I'm sabotaging you. So I'm going to take the base at 12 o'clock. This is common ally base on this map where you like somebody builds the town center and then somebody else returns resources to it or whatever. Treasury, it would be good fodder for that because the treasury is only 200 minerals. So cheapest drop-off point in the game, but doesn't make workers directly. That's why it's not more oftenly used. It can make workers, but only advanced workers if you make the quarry add-on. Technically, the Lodestone has the attack range there, yeah, so we gotta watch out. Well, a couple of Zets from Jack infiltrate the base and are starting to, finish off the star pad and never got repaired. Kill a single Mason. A little bit of something there, right? Jack is really playing his heart out right now. Hasn't been making workers for some time, right? Just been spending all the money that he can. Would love to see him make more hatches or something like that when he has the ability to. Triple IZ drop. Oh, this is how he's getting his units in. Yeah, that makes sense. It was exactly 6 Zeths, right? So he's going to go for the IZs. Wouldn't suck to go for the, attacking the Zerg player, but he's actually still at home. Now thinking about maybe an attack elsewhere. Problem is the Zerg player can deal with this attack at the same time. Maybe it would have been better to try to target down the Terran player again. Just because, like, oh yeah, I can pull his forces away from the ramp. But he's still going to go ahead and flatten the treasury. Oh, he's losing so many Hydras, though. That is scary. Yeah, and he won't even kill the treasury as a result. Looks like only a few workers went down, if any. Maybe none over here for Slav. And yeah, that's going to be the end of that. Damn, this is a tough one. Ski back down the way. Slav going for the Ultra Core. That feels like the finish, right? Like, surely that's the end of Jack's ability to continue 1v2ing. ThunderSlaps is just sort of surveying the battlefield, figuring out what he can. Studying and learning. I think all of his Drolets have been killed by now. One thing I have been considering is maybe when you can hit a button to just spectate your ally and forfeit the game or something, and then, there's a potential where we could maybe give control over to your units or something like that. But one thing I never really like... Oh, the IZ drop again. Very good. This is probably what he should have done when he was trying to attack the treasury. Gotta find the weak spot, right? And it does look like Fenris is just going to full send here, and he's not really in sync with his ally. I guess not full send, right? He's only got some of his units. But the thing that I was thinking about, considerations for the... oh my god. Jack, pay attention! Jack, the Cyprians are murdering you! Oh, jeez. Oh god, Fenris just got so many free trades there. He might have lost every Mason in the main base, but that's bad. That's bad news. I'll have to finish my thought about the mechanics later, because I think Slav and Fenris are about to drive home the point. Izzy's in the back line, but they're going to get clean. Fenris is actually retreating at this point, which doesn't feel quite correct. But I think Slav could just win the game by himself at this point, so... Yeah, maybe this is part of the plan. I mean, this is how Fenris would describe it in the comments. He'd be like, yes, this is part of my 100 IQ plan, or 1000 IQ plan to... make Jackalansky's army go out of position so that Slav could deliver the uppercut. It was a sophisticated plan. The times called for something sophisticated and elevated. Pretty sure Fenris is German, so he wouldn't sound like that at all, but that's okay. Here comes the attack from the Zerg player. As Bactals are coming to rain back down, Jackalansky going to be doing his best here, but I don't even know if he's going to clear this Terran army. Yeah, he's not. He's actually out there, and Slav's knocking on the door. As soon as Jack pans down to his base, surely he sees the Ultra Cores and taps out because his army is dead. He's trying to mass it back up, and there's Zerg here, dude. He still hasn't paid attention to it. He's still not looking. ThunderSlaps is going to call the GG first. I know he doesn't mean it that way, but it almost is a little BM to get the teammate who died first, who's not in the game anymore, to type GG. There's something about that that's really funny. Well, an entertaining 1v2 attempt by the end. ThunderSlaps did get, unfortunately, rushed down early on. I was thinking about, like, I want to make more 2v2 maps. I want to make more team game maps in general. I did make a 4v4 map recently that Shambler bountied. And so I've been busy with other stuff as well, so I haven't been able to spend too much time just making maps for the love of the game. But I have been thinking about that. I think that choke point design is really important and something that older 2v2 maps didn't always have in mind. We're just evolving and learning as we go. But anyway, to finish my point real quick before I let you guys go, the plan, the idea to, like, make it so that, when a player leaves the game or a player is, defeated, their resources get drained out into their ally, and their, the resource pool gets given over, or allies, plural, gets shared evenly to the best of the ability of the math to work out. And then you have, like, maybe control of their leftover units or something like that. I think my main concern is that I never want the competitive drive to indicate to players that the best thing that they can do is to leave the game or to stop playing so that they can feed their ally or something like that. So I always am a little bit worried about the perverse incentive there. It's sort of like in Counter-Strike, if you guys know, how, like, for a while you could get a bot in matchmaking if somebody else was disconnected or something. And so people might want to try vote kicking or encouraging a player to leave if they were bad, because then the correct choice would be to get a bot, and the bot would be as bad maybe, but controllable by the other players as a second life, sort of, which is like this whole perverse incentive and not really what the game is about. So I'm a little bit concerned about that, like, follow-on effects there, but let me know in the comments what you think about mechanics for, like, sharing resources or units or whatever after a player has been defeated, essentially, but still is part of your team. Because I want to be fair for everybody, and I don't want to create the kind of perverse incentive where you yell at your teammate, hey, leave the game, let me use your units, asshole, or whatever. That just feels, shitty. So anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for listening to the little podcast at the end. We got more Cosmonarchy coming tomorrow, so I'll see you guys then.